I made this point the other time. The guy lied about me, claimed that I was divorced 3 times, said it like it was a truism. I was divorced twice.
I love the gotcha. I was not divorced 3 times. I was divorced twice. Get it correct. Stop spreading malicious rumors that I'm frequently divorced.
Here's the story, folks.
So, here's the story, folks. Sorry to get ahead of Sam here. Just want to quickly tell you that the right, including Dennis Prager, have been saying for some time that the left is afraid of debate. They're not willing to come to the table and have debates in the marketplace of ideas. They will not exchange high-level ideas because they're scared of having their opinions challenged in a public forum. So this is a massive, huge problem. And this was Dennis Prager. Dennis Prager followed this up with a challenge to John Oliver, saying, I will debate you, John Oliver. You and put it on the show. And of course John Oliver didn't reply because I'm sure he was like, I have no idea who the fuck that is, which is probably what happened. But anyways, Sam Seder said, Dennis Prager, name the time and the place. I would be very eager to do so. And we have some
the other day I'm sitting at my desk and I get a message from a frequent caller on this program who people might be familiar with. And he says, I am on hold for the Dennis Prager show. Can I conference you in? And of course I said yes and freaked out and was like, everybody turn on the cameras and whatnot. And this is what happened. First, we're going to show the, this is the Prager feed. Yep, and then we will show the behind the scenes feed.
You know what I love about the Sam Seder lore and power increasing is that there's got to be a little fear in every single right-winger's heart when they're accepting a phone call from someone. What if Sam Seder's on the other line? Just waiting.
Salem radio networks.
And the necessity of God, what's the difference? Yakima, Washington, Ronald, hello.
Hey, D-Man, this is Ronald. How are you?
Well, thank you.
Pause it for 1 second. Now, I don't watch Dennis Prager enough or at all to know whether everybody refers to him as the D-Man.
Yeah, the cackling's pretty great. Don't give away the game, all right? You gotta be careful. You gotta play the long game here.
I don't think so.
Was just,
I think that was editorialized.
A stylistic choice by our caller, Ronald from Yakima, Washington. He doesn't use his last name, but I believe it's Raygun. Continue.
I've got a son that he kind of went off the deep end going to college, and I think that what you said earlier is a good point, that the clergy and the parents don't do a good enough job presenting the case. And one of the ways that we failed to do that is by really debating people on the other side, you know, and really presenting the argument. So that's why I was wondering if maybe you wanted to debate Sam Seder. He's on the line with me right now.
Okay, so let me tell you something.
All right, so immediately there you probably have the button. You know, you disconnect the call, so it doesn't go any further than that. You don't want to hear Sam in the background be like, "Hi, Dennis," you know, or something like that.
Sam Seder uses my name to get publicity.
Pause it for 1 second. Now you could hear me say, "Hi, Dennis."
Oh, no way. I couldn't make it out. Okay, so that did happen. Never mind.
Then I was immediately dropped. I, of course, continued talking.
Hi, Dennis.
Didn't know at the time. Let's go back. Do we have the other one, or do we need to?
I think we should play a little bit of how Dennis decides to respond to you before.
Yes, and I had to look up whether or not, you know, Sam Seder had actually been disparaging his good name, because Dennis's defense is basically that Sam Seder is a clout shark farmer who has been basically just saying Dennis Prager's name and slandering his good name by spreading false rumors that he's apparently on his 3rd marriage. Yeah.
Okay, let's say what you had said to him. Yeah.
Sam Seder.
There we go.
College, and I think that what you said earlier is a good point, that the clergy and the parents don't do a good enough job presenting the case. And one of the ways that we failed to do that is by really debating people on the other side, you know, and really presenting the argument. So that's why I was wondering if maybe you wanted to debate Sam Seder. He's on the line with me right now.
Okay, so let me tell you something. Sam Seder uses my name to get publicity. I made this point the other time. The guy lied about me, claimed that I was divorced 3 times.
And I was like, oh, whoa, he said that, and it's not true. Let me do the Googles. Turns out he's been divorced twice. He's been divorced twice. So he's technically on his 3rd marriage. So yeah, saying he's been divorced 3 times, I guess, is factually inaccurate. It would be more accurate to say that he is on his 3rd marriage. But really, that is him disparaging you? That beyond the pale? How could he have made up such lies?
Said it like it was a truism. I was divorced twice.
I love the gotcha. I was not divorced 3 times. I was divorced twice. Get it correct. Stop spreading malicious rumors that I'm frequently divorced.
It's not a little thing. He lies about me, and he uses me. Whenever he mentions me, he gets far more hits than when he doesn't mention me. I don't know who he is. Well, I'd say 1% of my listeners know who he is, and I would say 80% of his.
That's a frequent thing, by the way. Steven Crowder was trying to justify it that way. It's like, you know, no one knows who Sam Seder is. He's small time. He's much smaller than me. You know, I don't want to platform him. It has nothing to do with the fact that I previously agreed that I was going to debate him multiple times, and then I had to actually back out of it. And then my dad, who is also my manager, was like, "Don't ever do that. Don't do that, Steven. You know better, Steven. This will not end well for you. Okay? There's only one way this road can lead. Do not ever go on stage with Sam Seder."
Listeners know who I am. Okay.
Do you not think the same thing worked in the opposite direction with John Oliver? Do you not think, like, if John Oliver's team had actually seen any of the tweets or the comments or something, and they were like, you know, I'm going to be honest with you, I have no idea who the fuck that is. You know?
An old trick. Let me raise my stature by going on the same stage as someone with stature. Doesn't work with me,
and yet
unfortunately for the
demand
person,
John Oliver.
But fortunately for the public. I have debated really, really classy atheists, the best ones. It's online.
The best.
Christopher Hitchens and I debated a number of times. He cites,
I'd like to watch
it
that.
in his own autobiography before he sadly passed away.
That's probably where we can end it there.
Okay. Now, a couple of things. All right. First off, I need to issue a correction. I was indeed off and misstated. I was off by 33%. The amount of divorces that Dennis Prager has gone through. He has been married 3 times, divorced only twice. I obviously said that he had been divorced 3 times because being divorced 3 times is so much more representative of the way I feel about Dennis Prager than if I was to say he's been divorced 2 times. However,
and you see, everybody take note, okay? This is the left holding itself accountable. This is definitely facts over feelings. You know, Sam is a big man. He's willing to admit. He's willing to come forward and be like, I made a mistake. I fucked up. And clearly an apology is needed to be issued here. It was not 3 times. It was twice. Two divorces.
The fact is, he's only been divorced 2 times. He's married 3 times. I just want to say that right off the bat.
It's big of you.
Thank you. It is a correction that I issue. I've been living with this with this hanging over my head, and it is, I have to say, a relief to get it off my chest. I'm not sure I was 100% confident or conscious of that I had said 3 as opposed to 2. I also want to say that contrary to the D-man's claim, we don't really do so well when we mention Dennis Prager.
No,
He doesn't really perform very well.
that's more of a labor of love.
It's more of a labor of love. And the thing is, it's also a weird thing that he's saying I'm sharing his stage with the phone callers, because am I elevating callers dramatically when they call? I mean, that's why I called in on his platform. How does that help me? However, with that said, the day after I did that, I was walking around out on the streets of Brooklyn, couldn't go 15 feet without getting stopped. Weren't you the voice on Dennis Prager's show the other day? Didn't you say, hi, Dennis?
Weren't you the cackling? Hey, buddy, I recognize you. Yeah, you're the cackler, right? Weren't you laughing in the background on Dennis Prager's show? I wouldn't have known about this had it not been for me watching Dennis Prager's show and you sharing a stage with him. But that was you, right?
I had to sign a lot of autographs because of it. But here is where I want to take issue with what Dennis Prager said. He said that he has debated many classy atheists. And that is proof that he doesn't need to debate me. Now, I think his assessment of me being unclassy is arguable, but I am willing to stipulate that I do not have the class of the people that he normally debates. But his characterization of me as an atheist, I don't perceive myself as an atheist per se. I don't have a very strong belief in God, but I'm not an agnostic. And I certainly wouldn't debate him on the existence of God. Really, it would be more about his fundamentalism that I'm more interested in. But let's play the behind the scenes thing just to get a sense of
I haven't seen the
how
behind the
much
scenes
work
thing.
I put into that and how unclassy he really was. I went onto his platform, onto his phone call. He accepts phone calls. There was no reason for him to hang up on me in that way. It was unclassy.
Try it, my friends. $19.95
He looks way too excited.
for 3 weeks. Really?
Ronald Reagan has me on hold, has three-wayed me in with Dennis Prager. Oh, Jesus. It's me sped up.
The Dennis Prager Show returns in 5 seconds.
Gotta get him some chapstick.
Speed up a little bit more.
Wow. Long intro.
Two huge answers. One is that they swim in the secular, even anti-religious
God, he's
sea.
so boring.
Speed up a little bit more.
Anti-religious air. The other is the failure of religious parents and clergy to teach the case, explain the case for religion. And it begins not with God's existence, but with God's necessity. The number of people who believe in God in this world, and for whom it has no
we're just about there.
effect on their values, their thinking, their moral behavior is enormous. But you start with the calamity of secularism. That's the
First argument. Even if God exists, but you don't understand the necessity of God.
This guy talks
What's the
slower than me.
I know. I went back twice.
Yakima, Washington. Ronald, hello.
Hey, D-Man, this is Ronald. How are you?
Well, thank you.
So I've got a son that he kind of went off the deep end going to college, and I think that what you said earlier is a good point, that the clergy and the parents don't do a good enough job presenting the case. And one of the ways that we failed to do that is by really debating people on the other side, and really presenting the argument. So that's why I was wondering if maybe you wanted to debate Sam Seder. He's on the line with me right now.
Hi, Dennis. I'm here, and I would contend that part of the reason why folks
You're already
have,
cut off. You're talking to nobody.
Are less religious is
Oh,
because
damn.
they find that your brand of religion oppressive. Oh, shoot.
He hung up on us.
He hung up on us.
I'm recording it on my phone.
Pretty good segue, didn't you think?
No, I thought you did a good job there. I thought you did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Well,
There we go.
yeah, that's it, folks. We gave it the old college try.
The thing
Bravo.
he says about though, like how 80% of our audience knows who he is, and only 1% of his audience knows who you are. I think you could quibble with the numbers, but also that same thing is true of like only 1% of like AOC's fans know who Dennis Prager is, and 99% of Dennis Prager's audience knows who AOC is. Dennis Prager still wants to like debate AOC for publicity.
Yeah, and I got news for you. I would imagine a lot of Christopher Hitchens fans didn't know who Dennis Prager was.
Right, yeah.
I mean, the idea that for all of a sudden, all of these right wingers, it always becomes about platforming and promotion in this for the only time, right?
Mhm.
Every other time, it's the facts don't care about your feelings, and the important thing is the ideas, and et cetera, et cetera.
I live with
And the bottom line is, these guys just sort of claim like, I don't want to promote him in some way. I mean, they understand the game, but aren't their ideas in such a way so compelling that, and their arguments so strong that if they were to do this, it would destroy me?
Yeah. They don't want to do it to us. I don't think they don't want to demoralize the left that much. We have a clip of Dennis Prager previously talking about his attitude towards how the left in debate. By the way, we should just play half of this from
let's play this.
Producer Forrest.
I'll give you another interesting thing that people don't reflect on. We ache to have them on our shows. We ache to debate them, but they won't debate us, and they won't come on our shows, and they won't have us on their shows. I ache to debate them.
That's why I was wondering if maybe you wanted to debate Sam Seder.
hurts.
He's
They're aching to debate. At one point, he was like, he wanted Ta-Nehisi Coates. I mean, if you use the my fans don't know his fans type of calculation, I would say that there is an extremely small population of people who read Ta-Nehisi Coates who know who Dennis Prager is.
Yeah. It took me doing this job like 2 years before I knew who Dennis Prager was.
Yeah, and that we follow right-wing lunatics.
Yeah.
So I guess Dennis Prager joined Steven Crowder in the team of illustrious cowards who will refuse to talk to Sam Seder in any way, shape, or form. Yeah.
Do you enjoy the Serfs but prefer not to have to use your eyeballs? Many are saying this. Well, we've got the solution for you. It's the Serf Times in podcast form, available on most major podcasting networks now. If you enjoy it, please consider leaving a good review and feedback because it really helps the show out, apparently, and it's free, just like the podcast.
To our gods, Xander Corvus and Peyton L. Juste, we shall spend many a generations building mighty cathedrals in your honor. To our monarch, Tom Spiker, we are but your oafish jesters, here to offer you a laugh at any opportunity. To our brave knights of the Round Table, Rachel K., Izzy Solidarity, Victoria Bell, Sebastian Demel, Mark Harmon, Benji Arney, Scary Earth Human, Tony, DM Rivera, Resident Scarecrow, Sir Nickus, Cheryl Alvarez, Ruby Kelly, Brandon, Words Greenwood, Everything Important, Hegbert Celine, Matthew Scarborough, Stellar Vision, Ariane McCarthy, Doug Cady, Daniel Sutton, Jenna Tao, Dark Puppy, Quiet One 85, Anna Loves Riley, Omni, Riley and Anna, Poodlehawk, Multimondi, Trevbot EXE, Brian Ephraim, Anthropophojak, Catherine, Ramon Acosta, Incosin, Ralph Parler, Violent Orchard, Political Puppy, La Media Panza, Todd Buckingham, and Todd La Jeunesse. We salute our valiant heroes off to fight injustice everywhere.